Namaskaram. This is me, Sanjay Srinivasan. Today, we are not going to see about hidden facts, but instead, we are going to talk about the ancient city of Dwaraka built by Lord Krishna. This video is a must watch one, especially to people who say that Dwaraka and Mahabharata are myths. So Indians have long been a tradition of Guru Shishya Parampara, which means all the knowledge were passed orally to the disciples by their Guru. So not much is written down. So if you ask me why Indians are great in memory, mathematics, science, etc., then this is the answer. Our brains were trained from generations to generations for thousands of years to convey many things orally by keeping it in mind for a long time. The great Mahabharata is our history and is not a mere myth. The words like myth, story, etc. were coined with our scriptures by our invaders, especially by the Britishers. Now let's come back to the truth of a city which was said by tsunami. We know the word tsunami only recently, right? But a great city was swollen by the sea thousands of years back. This is none other than the Dwaraka. Dwaraka is mentioned and given more importance in Mahabharata as it is a city of Lord Krishna. Do you know where it is located? It is located in the coastal area of Gujarat in Jamnagar district. Some say that this was also a hint for the start of the Kali Yuga, that is, the evil age. So what is Kali Yuga? It refers to the period in which humans get addicted to evilness and choose wrong paths. Professor Rao, a marine scientist, went to discover the city sent by ASI, Archaeological Survey of India. Also, the center at the National Institute of Oceanography was involved in the exploration of Dwaraka, and the Deccan College at Pune excavated Dwaraka in 1963 and concluded that it was a Dwaraka which was mentioned in the Mahabharata. Do you know an amazing thing about it? Many human remains are found in Dwaraka, and also some remains prove that Dwaraka left the modern day technology far behind, proving the advanced technology in Bharat 10,000 years ago. This proves our mind capacity. So what did Professor Rao find during his excavation? Let's find out. A distinct pottery, lustrous redware, is found in Dwaraka near the Dwarakadish temple. At Prabhasa, another Mahabharata site, this pottery is dated back to 1500 BC. Awesome, isn't it? It was earlier connected to ancient Dwaraka, that is, the Bet Dwaraka. Bet Dwaraka is believed to be the one which Krishna built. Now we are only going to talk about Bet Dwaraka, so don't confuse it with the modern Dwaraka. Onshore excavations in Bet Dwaraka proved that it was a shell making as well as a pottery making center. There were tall walls built around Dwaraka by box pattern, proving that Dwaraka was fortified even in those times. Krishna knows everything. It had a huge harvest of conch shells and bangles, vessels and seals, coppersmith's mold, sharpened blades, and bangles of shells, vessels, seals, and inlays are also found. And it is said that they had some marks that indicated how they work. People in those times are said to be extremely talented in almost every field. Of course, it makes us proud. Also, underwater excavations found significant antiquities like lustrous redware and related pottery, seals, inscribed jars, and stone blades. All those were also beautiful to see. A special type of vessel known as perforated jar survived, which was associated with late Harappan civilization. This jar is very old. Do you know one more thing? The jar had words written in Harappan language. There was also a massive pillar, and copper and bronze articles like bell and decorated arches were found, which could have, been used for ritualistic purposes. Here comes a most important artifact. Ready to know about it? They also found a unique seal that contained pictures of a bull, a unicorn, and a goat when seen anti-clockwise. Each one of them were drawn very carefully. The fort wall has some salients like circular bastions flanking the entrance gateways. Another fact upcoming. Ancient texts describe that the town plan of Dwaraka referred to it. A special type of pottery was also found, which was probably the first ever pottery which was made over 3000 years back. It was made by Indians, of course. You see how great we are. Few more to go. Also, there is one more thing that proves Bharat's advanced technology. When Dwaraka was attacked by King Salva, it was fought with advanced technology and weapons. But when Krishna in turn attacked, he shot arrows which almost looked normal when not used, but when shot, they went like rays of sun, which was more like a modern day missile. There is evidence of trade links between India, Cyprus, and Syria even in the second millennium BC itself. Many historians also accepted that Dwaraka once existed and it is not a myth. Dwaraka is also mentioned in early Tamil works like the Nalayira Divya Prabandham and Silapatikaram. You can also read those books from internet for better knowledge. So this proves the existence of Dwaraka. So when Dwaraka is real, Krishna has also existed. If Krishna existed, then Mahabharata is real. So if you still do not agree to my point that it is real and if you still say that it is a myth, please search more about it and I hope once you will realize that they are true. So that is it for today. Make sure to like the video if you want to see more such videos and please do subscribe to my channel which will encourage me a lot to do more such videos. Also click the notification bell so that you'll get notified when I post new videos. Also please do share this video to your friends and family members who say that Dwaraka and Mahabharata are just myths. And also comment down below about what video you want next. Thank you.